Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to another webinar on Beyond Privilege. Today we're joined with Wei, who's going to present SEforAll's internship program. So everything how to do to apply, sort of what the roles are like. So without further ado, Wei, over to you.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for having me today. And huge thanks to the Yes team and the Beyond Privilege platform. We're very honored to have this collaboration today. So I know there's a lot of people are working behind the scenes. So thank you all for making this happen. Hi, everyone. My name is Wei Li. I'm from China and currently based in Vienna, where the HQ of the SEforAll is located. I have been with the organization for a little bit more than 2 years now, and now I'm a senior HR assistant in the team. A great part of my job is managing and developing the internship program, including the full cycle of the intern recruitments, as well as the intern engagements and inclusion. So thank you all from the SEforAll side to everyone who's joined this webinar today for your interest in our organization and the internship program in particular. So without further ado, let me just quickly share my screen. I hope everyone can see my screen right now.
Yep, can see it all good.
Perfect. So most of the information has already been on the website, a SEforAll website. So if you haven't checked it out yet, well, I highly encourage you to do so, as you can find many useful information there. So with regard to today's presentation, we'll break it down to 3 parts. The first one will have a little overview of the internship program per se, and then we'll go through on how to apply for it. And lastly, we will have a closer look at how the internship recruitment process look like. So from 2021, we started to advertise on our website and social media platforms the call for applications for internship based on our needs and timelines throughout the year. So in this program, we are looking for young talents from the global and provide them with an excellent opportunity to gain real world work experience, and also help them directly contribute to the achievement of SDG 7. And in this process, of course, they will develop the skills and competencies in an international environment. So first thing first, why being an intern at SEforAll? So as I just mentioned, we aim to provide a meaningful internship journey to all the interns. So as an intern at SEforAll, you will take on several tasks and activities. And in some cases, you will be having a chance to work across teams. Colleagues are not only very supportive, but always willing to share their knowledge and experiences. So as an intern, you will feel like you're like a sponge being exposed to an environment where you can keep absorbing knowledge and skills. In addition to the on-the-job learning as part of our learning and development program, interns will also access to a wider online courses on our e-learning platform to help them gain skills. And as an intern, you will also meet dedicated people who share the same interest, which is to achieve the SDG 7 and make a difference to the world. Nothing brings more motivation than working directly with a group of people who are dedicated to the same mission, right? This is my motivation. This motivates me to work every day. So I find it truly grateful for. And what else? Being as an intern, you can gain direct access to decision makers. So if you have had a chance to watch the pre-recorded video that we posted on Beyond Privilege platform, you may have a better understanding of SEforAll as an organization. So if you haven't done so yet, please check it out after this webinar if you're interested. So compared to the big international organizations, SEforAll is fairly small in terms of size, and that comes with some benefits as well. So for example, we have a fairly flat structure environment where you can interact with our managers, have their support and insights directly. And this comes to our last point, where you will be valued and recognized as a professional. So we believe no work is free. That's why we make sure the SEforAll internships are always paid, and SEforAll interns will be provided with a fixed stipend constituted as a daily fee. And for this, I'll cover it more in details in the next slide. Your work will also be valued as a professional. You will be able to demonstrate it, your deliverables across the organization, maybe within your teams, with several teams, that will give you feel you're valued and recognized. So moving on to the next slide, what do you need to know about the internships at SEforAll? So in terms of duty station, as a general approach, interns are expected to work remotely during the internship period, unless candidates is already based in one of the duty station cities. In our case, it's Vienna, New York City, and Abuja. The duration is 3 to 6 months initially, and depending on the team's needs and also your performance during your initial period of internship, it may be possible for interns to extend their placement up to a maximum of 12 months in total. With regards to arrangements, it can either be full-time, 40 hours per week, or part-time. If you are enrolled, for example, in a postgraduate degree program and you don't have a full-time availability, and so working as a part-time intern is also feasible at SEforAll. And currently we have 22 teams where you can apply for. With regards to the stipend, interns are provided with a fixed stipend, which unfortunately cannot be negotiable. And SEforAll will fund any business-related business travel that may during your internship, according to our existing travel policies applicable to regular staff, but no additional remuneration or other benefits of any kind are paid to interns. So that means interns are responsible for securing adequate medical insurance for the duration of the internship with SEforAll, and SEforAll will not reimburse or contribute to interns' medical insurance, let's say. With regards to the duties and responsibilities, and in general, interns are expected to carry out tasks that are in line with an entry-level job. The specific tasks will depend on the priorities and needs of the team to which they are assigned, as well as the candidate's educational background and interest. Here, we just list out some general examples for your reference, but of course, this can vary from team to team. So they will include, but not limited to, participating in preparation and production of documents, reports, working papers, carry out research, reviewings of existing materials, collecting and analyzing data, participating in meetings, contributing towards reviews and streamlining and developing of guides and processes. So once you are shortlisted for an internship role, you will be provided with a detailed terms of reference, which is designed by the hiring team. And in the TOR, you will find more detailed and tailored duties and responsibilities. It is SEforAll's intention to expose interns to as many activities as possible to share knowledge, to share knowledge and skills gained with the team, as well as complement your education. So with the next slide, we're looking at the basic requirements for the intern applicants. So first of all, we're looking for applicants who are committed to SEforAll's mission and demonstrates a passion for sustainable development. At the time of application, you should meet the following requirements. So education, either you are enrolled in a relevant master's or PhD degree program, or have recently graduated from these programs. In terms of language, since our work language is English, so candidates must be fluent in both written and spoken English. Knowledge of other UN language is highly desirable. I know many our applicants from Africa is also a French speaker, so that's a huge advantage. Availability, you must have availability for a minimum for 3 months, and depends on your further availability and the team's needs, the contract may be extended to further. In terms of skills, candidates should be capable of working in a multicultural and international team environment, and at the same time have good communication and IT skills to ensure a smooth daily operations. Family relations, candidates should not be a family member of SEforAll employees who is under any contract. This is to ensure we avoid any conflict of interest. So most of the internship requires no work experience. However, if you have previous experiences or you already have the proficiency in handling certain systems, platforms, or softwares, and if they are the skills that the team is currently looking for, there will be a huge advantage as well. And this also will be considered during the screening process. So now I'm going to present some interesting numbers of our current interns. So for now, we have 22 interns at SEforAll. 16 of them are women. So 14 of them come from Africa. 13, and there are 13 nationalities among the 22 interns. So you can see we're really strive for and achieve a good result of diversity, inclusion, and gender equality. And these interns, they are operating in our offices in Vienna and Abuja. Most of the interns are supporting the team remotely around the world. And they are currently working for 12 teams, and 12 teams are literally half of our SEforAll's projects. So with intern support, they're really helping the SEforAll's work growing and evolving. So moving on to the next section, how to apply. I think that's the most interesting part. So first of all, you will need to do your research, because whenever our calls for applications for internships are open, they will be advertised on our website and social media platforms. All candidates are encouraged to apply. And we make sure to inform all candidates of their applicant's outcome. Only applicants selected for an interview for a written test will be contacted by the HR team, unfortunately, because due to the previous experience, we receive a huge volume of applications, so we couldn't give individual feedback on every applications. So only selected shortlist candidates will be contacted. We particularly encourage applicants for women and underrepresented communities, and especially from Africa. So if you find this internship program sparks your interest, especially after this webinar, we encourage you to when next time the call for application is open, read carefully the requirements, the criteria, update your CV, attach it to your application, and highlighting your experience and achievements. Include a motivation letter outlining your skills and interests and how they relate to your internship program and the teams you're interested in work with specifically. So please be assured that note that no applications will be accepted after the set deadline. And we will only be accepting applications via the online platforms. So meaning if you send the email to the HR team, submitting your applications, this, however, will not be considered. Another good note is that SEforAll does not keep a roster of applicants. So if your application is not successful, don't be frustrated, and you're very welcome to apply again to subsequent vacancy publications. So we all know sometimes it's just not about our requirements, our experience, or skills. It's just the luck is not on our side, and we just try it next time, and it happens. And interested staff are encouraged to read the FAQs before submitting their applications. This FAQ file can be downloaded from our website. And personally, I think it's a very informed file, not because we designed it, but it literally covers all phases before your internship, during your internship, and after the internship, all the concerns you may have. So I highly recommend you to read that through before applying. So if you have further questions which are not covered either in this webinar nor in the FAQ files, please feel free to send them to us directly to the career inbox. So here is the email address. We're happy to get back to you from there. So in terms of the internship recruitment process, I'll have a quick overview of the process. At SEforAll, we follow the principle of an open, competitive, and transparent recruitment process. Basically, it entails 3 stages and typically lasts about 12 weeks. So if you haven't heard from us within 12 weeks, don't worry, we're on the way. We're working on the screening, shortlisting, interview, shortlisting exactly. So be patient with us, and we'll get back to you when we have the outcomes. So at the advertising stage, internship calls are advertised through our website, Bamboo HR, Davix, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook for a period of typically 2 weeks. After that, we will pre-screening it, as we like to personalize each candidate's recruitment experience. All applications are screened by our HR team rather than a computer to ensure we pay due attention to every application we receive. Shortlisting, our hiring manager and the hiring team will bring further assessment to the applications and select shortlist candidates for interviews and sometimes written assessments based on their better understanding of the role. Once the shortlist is confirmed, the HR team ensures that all candidates who applied and were not shortlisted received a formal communication on the outcomes. And moving on to the interview stage, at SEforAll, we believe interviews are a chance to get to know the candidates beyond their CVs. The interview panels comes from the hiring team. They will be working with you closely should you be selected. The question can be technical and or behavioral in nature. Here I want to address that the interview process will be a two-way process. So not only the panelist is assessing you whether you will be a good candidate, but also it's an opportunity for you to assess the organization as your potential future employer, and the team and the colleagues you're going to work with. So just make sure you prepare yourself well. And this comes to our last stage, which is post-interview. It entails 2 steps. The first step is the appointment. So once the HR team is informed by the hiring manager which candidate is selected, there is no need for us to wait any longer for you to join our team. So we'll just quickly share with you an official offer letter for you to commence your internship at SEforAll. In terms of onboarding, we'll make sure your onboarding is comprehensive, including the onboarding from the HR side, from the operation/IT side, as well as the team side. So each part of your onboarding will have its own focuses to ensure the interns are well informed and prepared and can hit the ground running. So that's the basic and a short overview of our internship program. And thank you, Jack. I'll give the floor back to you.
Thank you so much, Wei. We've had a few questions come in, so I'll ask a few of those. The first one is, will I have a mentor?
Thank you, Jack, and thank you for the question. Funnily enough, we have the mentorship program in the past, but it was put on hold for a while, and now starting from this year, we're going to relaunch it. So yes, I believe when the time we have the next batch of intern on board, we will be able to assign a mentor for each interns. But I think typically your colleagues and every senior role in your team should you selected will be your mentor. And they're, as I mentioned, they're very, very supportive and happy to be your mentor, I believe.
Great. Thanks, Wei. The next question is, how do I make my application stand out from all the others?
Thank you. I think this is a great question. I know it's a competitive process based on our previous experience. So for each application, we call for applications. We receive more than 1,000 applications, and the numbers keeps growing. So what I would say is try to so first of all, update your CV and make sure it's clear. The educational line, the experience section, as well as additional information that you would highlight in addition to your educational background and professional background. Make it clear and keep it short and to the point. And usually we would recommend the CVs are no longer than 2 or 3 pages. So the one page, if you could summarize your experience in 1 page, that would be perfect. If would not, 2 or 3 pages was also fine. But try to make it organized and easy to see. And what I would also recommend is also add a motivation letter to your together with your application, and demonstrating your experience, highlighting your experience and expressing the reason why you want to join the team, and specifically highlighting what benefits you could get from the internship program, and make it short, make it to the point. Again, as we have a lot of work to do while screening, so I would say keep it short. That would be the best. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Wei. The next question we've had in is there an opportunity for a permanent role post-internship?
So if I get this question correct, is the applicants already have a full-time job, and will they be eligible for an internship?
I think what the question's asking is, after the internship is finished, is there sort of a post role available for them?
I see. Thank you. So the aim of the internship program is to providing young graduates with a meaningful work experience complementing to their education. So interns would not expect an offer letter for the internship will lead to a longer term, in this case, permanent position as a regular staff member at SEforAll during or after their internship. But SEforAll, we do encourage that the interns, after their internships, to apply for the vacancies, whatever vacancies we have that they might find them suitable and eligible, and we encourage interns to apply to any job vacancies that may arise should they fulfill the requirements for the role, basically.
Amazing, thanks, Wei. I think we'll take one more question, and it's around traveling for remote interns. So does SEforAll ever pay for remote interns to go to the offices and actually see people at SEforAll in person?
I know. It would be the best that everyone could be that everyone could meet in person to have a more in-person experience at SEforAll. But unfortunately, due to our current arrangements, most of the positions, internship opportunities we provided is remote, unless you are currently based in one of those official offices cities like Vienna, Abuja, and New York City. So unfortunately, the arrangement is not currently feasible, but we will be exploring more ways to see if we can bring more interns on board on site.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Wei, and good luck to everybody who's going to apply. I'm sure you will do really well. Thank you, Wei.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.